We are building Kleo Network. Kleo Network is basically a Chrome extension that protects user privacy, has data sovereignty, and also builds a personalization for different organizations. Now, how exactly are we doing this? Now, before we come how we are doing this, let me tell you what exact the problem that we're solving. The problem is twofold. One is the user problem, and another is the organization problem. Even in user problem, the problem is twofold. One is the content, and another is intent. So, what do I mean by that? So, when I say consent, so let's just say that you go to a website and there are cookies. Now you consent to those cookies, but you really don't know what exact data you're sharing with them or what data is being tracked of yours. So that is the consent problem. You don't know there's no transparency of what data is being shared, right? The intent problem is that you don't know what they would do with this data, and whether or not they would use it for the SID purposes, and there is no way to contest that intent, right? And what is the problem for the organization? The organization is that there is no way to personalize, and the second biggest problem is that there is just no data. So there is no data, there is no use, which creates like lack of user. So let's just say that LensTube or the Web3 social media does not have users. They don't have users because they don't have the data, right? And we would allow them to bring, once the data sovereignty comes into users' hand, they would be able to bridge this data across various platforms. So let's just go ahead and look at what exactly we are doing. So the demo again, as the problem is twofold, we will showcase it twofold. First, we will go ahead and showcase the problem from an organization point of view. So from an organization point of view, they would come to this our link called organization form. They would select what information that they need from the user. Once they have this information, we are also recording browsing history. Now from the browsing history, let's just say they build up a profile of that user. And so what does this mean? Look up Bitcoin in browsing history indexed more than 20 times last 30 days. That means that there is Bitcoin mentioned in the title of the pages that you have visited in your browsing history more than 20 times in last 30 days. Similarly, if you have looked up OpenSea in browsing history indexed more than 2 times in last 30 days, and if you have gone ahead and seen Twitter Watch Guru more than 20 times last 30 days, this means that you have seen Twitter Watch Guru tweets basically. And so what's happening really is that we're indexing the browsing history for this information, and if the answer is yes to this, the answer is yes to this, and the answer to yes to this, there would be different kind of personalization that would be happening, which depends upon the organization itself. Next we go to the payment. Now so what's the use of this kind of information, right? What's the use of getting that tracked browsing history data? Let's just say that if a user is someone who is well knowledgeable about browsing history itself, let's just say that he knows what browsing history exactly they're browsing. So it could be going on and saying that the person knows about Web3 or not. So it would be a different experience for him as compared to the person who does not have any idea of Web3, right? NFT marketplaces. So it really tells whether this person is initiated or not initiated. It could be anything. Let's just say that Binance wants to go ahead give discounts to people, all the people who are browsing another exchange, say FTX, right? So if they're using FTX already in their browsing history, they just want to give them like 100 BNB tokens for them to like migrate onto Binance. And so that's another example. Now over here they have to go ahead and stake tokens. So let's just say that I have still stake 1000 USD, and I have to submit an intent. That means that what is the intent that information is being used for. So let's just say I'm saying that used to give coupon code to selective profiles right? And then I can go ahead and submit. This means that this data cannot be used apart from the said intent. Now if there is some malicious, if they're reselling your data, if they're selling this data to another party, then these staked coins will be given to the person who successfully wins the claim and successfully proves that this data is being misused. So the organizations are kind of incentivized to not lie or to follow this intent because they have a lot to lose. And if an organizations like really want to say that they are very transparent and privacy focused, they will stake this amount more and more. Next we come to the embed code. This embed code can be directly embedded into your website. Now let's come to the user side of things, right? So on the user side, wait just a second. So I'm going ahead and loading this extension again in order to explain you the exact flow. Now once you go ahead and install this extension, you can create a wallet or you can restore. The creation of a wallet is same ways as creation of any EVM based wallet. This wallet would go ahead and create a BNB Greenfield account. Now this Greenfield account would store your browsing data history along with other details. Just giving it a dummy name. And once it is generated, this is basically, and the so once this organization has gone ahead and embedded the code and the Kleo network has been installed, it goes ahead and starts recording the browsing data. And once you click on manage, it goes ahead and asks whether titled coin market more than 2 times last 30 years, titled wallet more than, and the user can go ahead and select and deselect these options and click on accept or reject. If the user clicks on accept, this specific data in just binary form, yes or no, is shared with this organization, and in exchange there are some tokens that are being handed. If he goes ahead and rejects, there is no information being shared. And he can also, and he knows what so let's just say that he is connected on dappradar.com. You can go ahead and say that what exactly they are looking for from the browsing history and what is the intent of it. And all of this is happening on BNB Greenfield. So yes, as I said that both we are solving for consent and intent. So we are using an optimistic oracle where we say that the organization saying the truth until contested by anyone, and if the contest is proven correct, the stake tokens goes to them. So this is how we are solving intent. We are solving consent by using BNB Greenfield. Thank you for this demo. It's still in construction. You can go ahead and check out github.Kleo/Kleo network. And these you will find all the repositories over there.